I'll keep working on that. And WB. This is a Woken map. I am developer, and this is, I should have looked at that episode number. Anyway, this episode I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I've been working on, and it's been a while. University has gotten in the way a bit of me working on this, but I am here now, so yeah, good stuff. I don't know why I came out here. So I started working in the lab, and I'm actually going to go, let's go back here. I added a couple of machines. I changed what the eyeball guardian says when you first walk in, and then I added this, and I'll show you that in a second. So, wait, I want to come in from the outside. In the electric desert at the door. So, close the door. So this is kind of how the entry is working. I have some keys in my inventory. So it opens the door as you get there. Then you come up on this cracked wall. I mentioned before, I don't remember if I showed this in a video before, but I mentioned that I wanted it like this because the feeling that I want to go for in this area is that everybody's gone, it's been abandoned. And so I added one. I still haven't decided on what to do with the floor. I added one on the wall where I actually molded out the same shape on the floor that was on the wall, and then I added this little crack and separated them a little just so it looked like it's run down. And so I did the same thing for this corner, but only a little bit. So you come to this room, and it's a lot darker if you don't have night vision on, but you walk in here, and I changed the wording that the guardian says just so it doesn't feel like a command, the same feeling, and it's not like holding your hand, the player's hand. It's just letting them know that there's something that they can do to progress that requires them to interact with this guy. So they climb up here, and this item frame is what the second machine was doing. It's actually testing for this entity with a specific data tag. So you see I have these two dusts in my inventory, and when the player goes, and this is made invulnerable so that they can't punch it up, but when the player goes and gets one of the dusts from that temple, and they should already have gotten one because they should have the key that let them in here in the first place, but when they have it, then they get to place it in here. But I made sure that it decided only to progress if it was the correct dust, because maybe they could have broken one of those glowstones out there and just cheated the system. So if you place that in there, it doesn't do anything. That's a normal one. But if you place the charge dust in, then it activates. And again, it only activates once. And I'm going to have, at some point, I'm going to have to work through how to work with the multiplayer, because I want to support up to 8 players, and yet if someone joins in or like disconnects when, and so their chapter doesn't get updated, I need a way to determine that. But anyway, this machine works, and so you can see it doesn't work again. But that is actually what is going to be the chapter transition. And all of these areas are pretty bland. They still need sprucing up, and they still need treasure, hidden places. But I'm working on the functionality most right now. And so this is what will actually move the players onto the next chapter, from chapter 0 to chapter 1, I think. And that's what will move them on, change their inventories, and put them in the town, and then they can continue with that part of the story. I like this. different design choice. Just on the edges of the roofs, put some little highlights. So I did fix that. Okay, this is a little bit more complicated. These two are some loops, so I can work with timing. And so this, here, I'll just start it. So over here, oh, I don't even have the item, do I? Oh, I do. So when you come in here, this is what it looks like without any night vision. It is kind of dark. Then he speaks with you, and then you give him this, and he says, "Ah, perfect. This should give me enough energy to speak with you. I'm the guardian of this realm. You have done well in proving yourself worthy, but your tasks are not over yet. Beware of danger that lies before you." And then I gave there enough time. Okay, maybe that needs a little bit more. But that initiates the inventory swap, which then, well, that's weird. Was I carrying these? Which puts it over here, gives you whatever was in before, which was empty, but it uses the system. And then you can continue on to the next chapter. Oh, I guess that didn't work, did it? Because I ended up here. Whoops. So I want this so that I can 30. Let's change this to 50. And I'm gonna steal some of these. Just one. This is what it involves, a lot of just testing. So this is on. He says beware. And so it just gives the players enough time to read that while they're still on the table after they give the guardian that. And then it puts this particle effect on all the players. Yeah, that was a good time. And then it puts them in this location, gives them their different inventory, teleports them to the next one. Yeah, I am satisfied with that. I do want to change the way it teleports though, because right now I just have it that each player gets their own teleport location. I think what I want to do, maybe not actually, because that's easy to configure. I was thinking about using spread players, because then it doesn't matter how many people are in the group at that point. But I'm satisfied with this machine, and so what I really need to do is to fix the story, figure it out in the town, and then get the Dream 3 working. So you should spawn here just fine. You can get a little bit extra gear from here. You're basically starting over. And then there's some gear in here. There's a piece of bread. And there will be more. This stocking everything is going to be my last step in making this map. I want to release a demo. I should do that soon. But I want the first chamber up until this location be playable. And maybe, I think it actually might be done to this point, besides stocking all the things inside of the temple, the electric desert. But the town itself is done in the sense of the demo. I want people to see just the first teleport. I think that's a good enough demo, because they'll spend a little bit of time in the electric temple, and that's where they'll be able to collect items and waste their time, I guess you could say, on the demo. That's what demos end up being. But it gives you a sense of what it will be like. So I think that's what I'm going to work towards. In the general sense, I want the decoration and stocking of items to be my last plan step, but right now maybe I should start working on a demo. So I've been working on this location a little bit in the electric desert because I do want to release a demo, and it should have the electric desert as its starting area. So right now I'm in one of the underground rooms, just sprucing it up a little. I like putting these lights where they don't actually add light, but it gives you a way to judge size, the size of the room. So another thing that I did was add spawners upstairs a lot. Some skeleton ones, some spider ones, some zombie ones, and a single creeper one. 9. So it adds some extra difficulty. That's kind of part of the It's not ultra hardcore. But whatever this is. My commentary suffers. Whatever this game mode is called, where complete monument. Oh, see, I love those runners. And there's treasure all over the place. This one, did I add anything? No, I think I'm gonna put the armor, special armor in here, ninja armor. But I'm gonna add this. I'll add that strip later. I am up here, so it's daytime right now. But see, I put a creeper spawner here. And same thing, this is all enclosed so that it's a landmark. It's brighter, but it doesn't actually spread light and stop the creepers from spawning. Then there's some treasure chests also with some extra supplies in them. And overall, just adding the things that make this temple worth raiding so that each player can get enough gear to be adequate. And if you're doing this alone, then you'll have plenty. I don't want to overflow. I'm still going to have a little bit of scarcity, but you'll have enough that you can make it all the way to the top. And oh, I want to show you this side. So if you come in through an entrance, I want you immediately to get a weapon right off the bat. So there's multiple entrances to this complex, and just starting over there, you have basically wooden or stone tools. And I want to give the player a little extra as soon as they get here. So this one has, I think, a sword in it. If you come in through over here, up the stairs from the outside, then you get the bow, and you can pick up the arrows too. And I'm just going to keep adding items and spend a lot of time getting this so that you get loot that's interesting and useful. Like down here, it's a bit of a hassle to get here, and so you get rewarded with some armor, the chainmail and leather tier, and this is an iron sword, and then some other tools. And this is the ninja set, and oh yeah, I really like this. So I'm gonna keep adding some, and then come back in a sec. So what I've been using to put the items down is these saved command blocks, and inside of them the commands that actually are on the label. So these 3 change a spawner to this specific type if I place and activate it, and this one, it summons an armor stand with the arm already rotated so that it's in the middle, so that when it's invisible and you click on it, you pick it up. and then it already has a no gravity tag, and so I can just teleport it into the right spot and then set it to be invisible, because sometimes you want it to be visible so that you can punch it if you didn't have it in the right spot. So if I move this guy, radius equals 2. How much? In the negative z 1, and then whoops, negative x 1, and then let's maybe rotate it around a little, 20. Like that. And then if I want it to come back a little bit, do it in little increments, then set the entity data to be invisible. Yes. See? And now the item is just sitting there on the counter. I really love this effect. If I found this in a map, that would be awesome. And that's the kind of things that I'm going to put in the map, the ones that I would want to find. So this is a little splash potion of regen. It's the lowest one, but if the players get up here, then they deserve it. This is a little bit ways in. That's first floor, not ground floor. And this is above that. You have to get onto the roof to find any way down here, unless you go through the window. And so I think the player deserves that. And there's this very damaged anvil in case they need to do something. There's some extra treasure that I put down there. That's where the ring of armor stands is. And I think as I continue on, I will add more. Be back in a sec. Okay, I want to show making another mob spawner. So I want to put one behind the trophy room, basically. This is where you're going to find the dust and the key. And so I want to put one over here hiding so that the mobs will come back and get the player, because I'm mean. So set that, but it auto defaults to a pig, which is lame. But then I can change this to be, let's put it as a spider. And now it spawns spiders. That's pretty much it. I saved the command so that would be easy. And then these guys can fall down here onto this little dueling ground. Aha! If I had vines. Oh, that means the player can climb. Not on the outside. If you want to build up, you can. But I'm going to put some vines around here, because I think that would look nice. And over the entrance. I can't. Hopefully it will grow there. Oh, this is a different room than I thought. I just got turned around on my own building. I'm gonna make this room really green. Have some plants, have some grass. Should I put it in? No, I should not. It's desert grass. What is it? No, it's the void grass. This was made in a void world, so it's kind of bland. But if I get some bone meal, then flowers will grow. Ha! More. And then players are free to do that with bone meal there if they want. Yeah, let's put some decoration in here by the way of light. Hidden in the ground. That's nice. This is the upper level. That's the finished final area up there. You don't have a way inside to get up, but if you come around outside, because there's a staircase there in the middle, on the other side of the staircase is one that brings you up. There are a lot of paths up here, and it should be very visible whenever you're going towards the temple there. So I hope that the player knows where they're going, but I wanted to make it so if you explore, it's worth it. You get rewarded with interesting things you find, and also good loot. And also more baddies. That's basically all the time that I have for today, but I want to show you a little bit of things that I made in MC Edit. I added a bunch of texture on the ground, just pockmarked all of this sand so it isn't boring. And I think it looks alright, standing and walking. Top-down view, it seems a little messy, but I think it's fine just because it's texture. I added this hill so that the players would have some stone at the beginning, because these things, they're dead bushes, they drop sticks, so it's easy to get tools. And the starting chest comes with a pick so that they can get some torches and some other tools, all of the ones that they need to start, because I think it's okay if they start with a full set of tools. And then the oasis has a supply of wood. The acacia trees don't drop saplings a lot, and so this will give them an adequate supply of wood. I don't know if it's going to be infinite with the rate that it drops it. And then this, maybe this one is the first floating pillar that they'll get on top of, and it gives them a good view of the temple. But in MC Edit, I smoothed out some of these in the canyon so that you didn't have the little cross plus shape, and I touched everything up along with getting all the texture. And I added a bunch of things to the temple, getting ready, because I think I will release a demo. When I do, check the description, there should be a link there to the forum page and stuff. But I added vines on the outside, so extra texture. I used MC Edit to fill in with a low probability the smooth stone, so it has extra texture because it needs to look nice. And then what other things did I add? I just basically fixed up the insides of these rooms so that they have at least something. Oh, this is new. And there's hidden treasure around. That's new, it has some treasure in it. And I just added a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, that's closed off, the library, because of other things that I added inside. And what's an example? Yes. Let's get some light. So in a lot of the rooms, I just added things like this, where it has some items on the little wraparound counters. And if I get some extra ideas, I might spruce up these rooms, because I added just a bunch of rooms. I made the building without thinking about the functionality of each room. I wanted this big building, and then I'm filling the building in, which is harder than needing a room, and so building it so you can put that thing in the room, if you get that. So a lot of the rooms just have a couple things on the counter. This room has some potions sitting there, and is it this one? I added a little table. There's a spawner over there. I added a painting on the wall and a frame, and then the frame, the wood around the edges, and there's this sword, this enchanted sword, stuck into the wood table. And so a lot of the rooms are still pretty empty, but I think it's enough that I can release a demo and then the player will be able to at least play it. And that's pretty much it. let me know if you have any extra ideas. I'd love to confer with the community about this. But yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time.